What's good, Sixers fans? Welcome to the channel. And yeah, the trade deadline is coming up in a couple of days. And the Sixers aren't linked to any major trade right now. And it's kind of scary because we need to make a trade for us to even be able to come close to a championship. You see, I made videos in the past saying that the Sixers don't need a third star, but that was before the Sixers kind of trended downwards, right? Embiid started getting a little lingering knee issues. Tyrese Maxey started missing a couple of games. De'Anthony Melton has been out since freaking October, So it's just, we don't have a lot of pieces. Tobias was out for 3 games straight. So it's just like, I think our mindsets are like, okay, we have to get another star, such as a Zach LaVine. I don't think a Zach LaVine is going to help our problems, especially in the future. We're going to be paying him a lot of money, and I don't want to be in a position where we're like, damn, we're kind of stuck with this contract. No one wants to trade for him. So yeah, that's just my take on that. But yeah, there's still certain players I think would be great for the Sixers to target. I'm a big Paul Reed fan, right? I think Paul Reed should honestly be a power forward. He's not a center. His body type is not a center. Look at the body types between Jokic and Paul Reed. Yes, Paul Reed had a great game. Jokic could not guard Paul Reed. But the thing is, we can't rely on Paul Reed to come. I mean, he's a great rebounder, right? I can't take anything away from him. He's a great rebounder. But when he's going against like an Andre Drummond or that type of center who's just going to body him out, box him out, he's big. Like, he's not a big guy. So I think the Sixers need to target a big man, such as an Andre Drummond type of player. And I think Andre Drummond would be pretty cheap to get, right? Like a couple second round picks and throw in, I guess, Robert Covington. I don't know, just do something like that. We need a big man. And then maybe we can pair a Paul Reed and a Embiid together and finally give Embiid some help, right? Because we rely on Embiid to literally get every rebound. When you look at the Bucks, I always talk about this. When you look at the Bucks, Giannis has Brook Lopez to help him. He has Bobby Portis to help him, and those are 2 great big men to have. If Embiid had those 2 big men, his play would just be easier. Same thing with Jokic. He has an Aaron Gordon, a Michael Porter Jr. that all help his gameplay and help the way he plays. And I think a player that will fit the mold of a Sixers team and the way they play is Malcolm Brogdon. He's not a ball dominant guy. Yes, he dribbles the ball. Yes, he's a point guard, but he's a pass first type of guy. But he can also get a bucket when you need a bucket. And that's why I think Malcolm Brogdon will be one of the best pickups the Sixers could do. Because look at it. Patrick Beverley, I love Pat Bev, right? He has those games where he can drop 20 points, 10 assists, double-double. But last game against the Warriors, I think he had like 2 assists. I don't even know. Like, he didn't facilitate. Without a Tyrese Maxey, Pat Bev is a point guard. And he literally had like 2 assists. He didn't even look to pass it. He only looked to score that game. And that's the thing with Pat Bev. Pat Bev he's a great player, but he just, I don't know. Sometimes I think he's just too focused on scoring sometimes. And, Pat Bev may not say that, but I think he was, especially against the Warriors. He was really point hungry that game. So Malcolm Brogdon, we need a backup point guard. In the playoffs, we can't rely on Pat Bev doing that hook shot, that little baby hook shot in the post. Like, that's not going to work. We need a guy who can make his own bucket, especially when we're having a shorter, bench rotation. We're having probably an 8-man or 9-man rotation, and we're going to need another guy who can dribble the ball. It can't just be Embiid and Maxey and then D-Melt that can kind of dribble. Like, come on, So we need to make this change, and we need to we need some rumors, man. Like, there's no rumor that the Sixers are targeting Malcolm Brogdon, or I saw a little Tyus Jones a couple weeks ago, but as of right now, there's not any trade rumors or anything linked to the Sixers. So I'm kind of nervous. I hope we make a trade. And I want to go back to the Jokic and Embiid thing. It has nothing to do with Jokic, actually. It's just kind of the media and the way they portray Embiid. And some Sixers fans are saying we should trade Embiid. Why would we trade Embiid, guys? If we didn't have Embiid, we would be a lottery team, right? And if people are like, oh, well, Embiid's cooked, right? We got to trade him when he has value. The value that we're going to get back, we're still not going to win. Like, you have to understand, Embiid is a generational talent, like 1 in a million, 1 in a billion, honestly. We've never seen a player like Embiid, right? Why would you trade him? Like, it just doesn't make any sense, right? We have to build around him. We have to build a team that fits his style. And that has been the problem for many years. We just don't get the pieces that fit with Embiid, right? We had Al Horford. And you know what? The Al Horford signing at the moment wasn't a bad signing, right? Like, Al Horford was supposed to be the guy who could help and play, maybe not play with Embiid, but at least have him as a backup, right? Like, I don't think Al Horford was the problem during that time. The problem was we had no guard, right? We had a Josh Richardson with a Ben Simmons. We had no shooting on that team. I'm not going to blame Al Horford, right? It was just no shooting. If we had a Seth Curry in that lineup, our team would just be so much better. So, before we hit on Embiid, guys, right? Embiid can't control his injuries. He can't. He physically can't control these injuries. He had a lot of freak injuries in the past. Not Jokic. Siakam elbowing him in the eye. Marco Fultz shouldering him in the eye. Him just playing with a torn meniscus. And the thing is, like, any other player will get credit. If Jokic played on a torn meniscus, you know what we would say about Jokic? Wow, what a strong guy. He's willing. He's a leader. If LeBron played with a torn meniscus, no, okay, LeBron can play with cramps, and people are like, wow, LeBron played through cramps. He's a freaking GOAT. But Embiid plays through a torn meniscus, averages 30 points, and we blew a 3-1 lead against the Hawks, but he takes his team to 7 games playing on a torn meniscus, averaging 30 points. He's a sellout. He's a loser. He doesn't know how to get past the second round. Like, it's just, it's mind-blowing to me. It's mind-blowing. Embiid has a torn meniscus, and we're hating on this man. And then the next year, he has a strained MCL. He had to miss a couple games. He missed like 4 games throughout the playoffs. And he still played to standard. He's not going to play MVP type of basketball playing on a strained MCL. No one would. No one would play good. Embiid is just a big presence that his presence alone helps the team. So instead of hating on this guy, let's just support him. As Sixers fans, we cannot be against Embiid, guys. We can't. After everything, guys, he's trying to win. It's not like he's not trying to win. He wants to win. He could have left many years ago. He could have demanded a trade like other stars did, like LeBron does, like, KD does. Embiid doesn't do that. That's why I respect Embiid. Embiid wants to be in Philly. He wants to win a championship for Philly. Let's just support that. Let's not. Why do we want Embiid to get traded? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense, guys. And I'm not talking to the smart Sixers fan. I'm talking to the people who are kind of casuals and they're saying Embiid's cooked. He's not. He's not. This is his best season. Like, what do you mean? Oh, man. All right, well, that's going to wrap it up for this video. Let's hope the Sixers can get a Malcolm Brogdon, or, a Tyus Jones would be nice. At least a Tyus Jones. Well, that's going to wrap it up for this video. If you made it to the end, drop a like, give me a subscribe, and I appreciate it. Much love, respect. I'll catch y'all. Peace.